Picture someone you truly admire. They are not flashy or loud. They don't chase attention, but they always seem to have it. They show up calm in chaos, honest in hard moments, and kind even when they don't have to be. You can't quite explain it, but you feel it. This person has depth, integrity, and a kind of moral gravity. What you're seeing isn't luck or personality. It's character. And the philosophy behind it. That's called virtue ethics. It's an ancient idea, but it might be more relevant now than ever. Because when the world feels confusing, divided, or fake, virtue ethics offers a different path. Not one of rigid rules or quick wins, but of becoming the kind of person who just knows what to do. Let's break it down. Virtue ethics doesn't ask, what's the rule here? It asks, who are you becoming? Where other moral theories focus on actions, like whether to tell the truth or lie, virtue ethics zooms out. It's less about what you do in a moment, and more about the person you are becoming over a lifetime. The roots of this idea go back to Aristotle, the ancient Greek philosopher. He believed our ultimate goal in life isn't just success, pleasure, or even being good. It's something deeper. He called it Eudaimonia. It doesn't translate perfectly into English, but it's close to thriving and flourishing. Living in full alignment with your potential. Think of it like this: a knife is good when it cuts well. A horse is good when it runs strong and swift. So a human is good when they live with reason, purpose, and excellence, not just for themselves, but in harmony with others. But how do we actually live like that? Virtue. Virtues are the qualities that make us excellent humans. Things like courage, patience, generosity, honesty, and wisdom. But here's where it gets interesting. Aristotle said virtue is always a balance, a middle path between two extremes. Take generosity. Too little and you're stingy. Too much and you're reckless with your resources. The virtue. Giving in a way that's wise and sustainable. Or confidence, too little becomes self-doubt. Too much becomes arrogance. But just the right amount. That's poise. He called this the golden mean, the sweet spot between deficiency and excess. But here's the thing, you can't think your way into virtue. You have to practice. Virtue isn't a switch you flip, it's a skill you build. You don't become courageous by waiting to feel brave. You become courageous by acting, even when you're scared. It's like learning a sport or an instrument. At first, it's awkward. You overcorrect. You mess up. But the more you practice, deliberately, patiently, the more natural it becomes. Same with kindness. Same with discipline. Do it enough, and it becomes second nature. And this is where role models come in. Aristotle called them moral exemplars. People we can look to as examples of how to live well. It could be a mentor, a parent, a coach, or even a fictional hero. By watching them, studying their choices, and trying to emulate them, we begin to shape ourselves. So why go through all this effort? Why not just do whatever feels good and call it a day? Because virtue ethics says you're meant for more than just feeling good. You're meant to become good. Not perfect, but excellent. Not successful by someone else's standards, but fulfilled by your own. And that kind of life. It's not built overnight. It's shaped one choice at a time. You'll mess up. Everyone does. But each time, you get a chance to adjust, to reflect, to improve, to try again. And slowly, you become the kind of person who doesn't just do the right thing. You become the kind of person who wants to. Who can't not. That's the power of virtue. And it's available to anyone who's willing to practice. So the next time you're unsure what to do, try asking a different question. What would my best self do right now? And then, take one step in that direction. That's how virtue is built. And that's how character is formed. Because in the end, becoming your best self isn't just a goal. It's a way of life.